Dust motes danced in the weak sunlight filtering through grimy windows. The room, long forgotten, seemed to hold its breath, as if waiting for something or someone to disturb its slumber. The silence was almost tangible, broken only by the occasional creak of the old house settling into its foundations. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of decay and forgotten memories. Outside, the house stood as a testament to time's relentless march, its once proud facade now crumbling and overgrown with wild vegetation. Nature had begun to reclaim what was once hers, vines creeping up the walls and through broken windows. Eleanor ran a gloved hand along the cold, damp wallpaper, its faded floral pattern barely discernible. Each touch seemed to whisper secrets of the past, stories of those who had once called this place home. The wallpaper, once vibrant, now hung in tatters, a ghost of its former self. A section of the wall gave way beneath her touch. The sound of crumbling plaster echoed through the empty halls, a stark reminder of the house's fragile state. Eleanor stepped back, her heart racing as the wall revealed a hidden secret. She gasped, heart pounding as a gaping hole revealed itself. The darkness beyond was impenetrable, a void that seemed to swallow the light. Eleanor's mind raced with possibilities, each more fantastical than the last. It was more than just a crack, it was a passage, a hidden chamber concealed within the home's aging bones. The discovery sent a thrill through her, a mix of fear and excitement. What could be hidden within? Treasures, secrets, or perhaps something more sinister? Curiosity, a relentless siren song, beckoned her closer. She leaned in, trying to peer into the darkness, but it was like staring into the abyss. The unknown called to her, promising answers to questions she hadn't even thought to ask. Eleanor hesitated, a shiver crawling up her spine. The air seemed to grow colder, the shadows deeper. Doubt gnawed at her, but the pull of the hidden chamber was undeniable. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for whatever lay ahead. The house had a way of making her skin prickle with unease. Every creak, every whisper of the wind seemed to carry a warning. Yet, despite the fear, there was a strange comfort in the house's embrace, as if it recognized her as one of its own. Yet, the lure of the unknown proved too strong to resist. With a final glance back at the room she was leaving behind, Eleanor stepped into the passage. The darkness enveloped her, and she felt as though she was stepping into another world, a world where the past and present intertwined, and where the secrets of the hidden chamber awaited her discovery. The air within the hidden space was stagnant, thick with the silence of decades. It was as if time itself had forgotten this place, leaving it to be consumed by nature and neglect. The walls, once vibrant with life, now stood as silent sentinels, bearing witness to the passage of countless years. Cobwebs clung to Eleanor's face like ghostly fingers as she squeezed through the opening. Each step she took was a journey into the past, a step back into a world that had long since faded away. The narrow passage seemed to close in around her, as if the house itself was reluctant to let her go. The musty odor of time and neglect intensified, sending a tremor through her. It was a smell that spoke of forgotten memories and lost stories, of lives once lived and now long gone. The air was thick with the scent of decay, a reminder of the relentless march of time. She found herself in a narrow passage, barely wide enough for her shoulders. The walls were close, almost suffocating, and she could feel the weight of the years pressing down on her. It was a place that had seen much and remembered everything, a silent witness to the passage of time. The floor was uneven, littered with debris and the detritus of a bygone era. Each step was a reminder of the lives that had once filled this space, of the people who had walked these halls and left their mark on the world. The remnants of the past were everywhere, a testament to the passage of time. A child's doll lay discarded in a corner, its porcelain face cracked and vacant. It was a haunting reminder of the innocence that had once filled this place, now lost to the ravages of time. The doll's empty eyes seemed to follow her, a silent witness to the passage of years. The silence here was different, heavier. It was a silence that spoke of forgotten stories and lost memories, of lives once lived and now long gone. It was a silence that pressed in on her, filling the space with a sense of foreboding and unease. It pressed in on her, filled with whispers she couldn't decipher. The air was thick with the weight of the past, and she could almost hear the echoes of voices long silenced. It was as if the house itself was trying to tell her something, to share its secrets with her. It was as if the walls themselves held their breath, watching her, waiting. The house seemed alive, filled with a presence that was both unsettling and intriguing. It was a place of mystery and secrets, a place where the past and present seemed to collide. Eleanor could feel the weight of the years pressing down on her, and she knew that she was not alone. The passage opened into a small, cramped room, its air thick with the scent of age and neglect. The walls, once vibrant, were now faded and peeling, telling tales of a time long past. A single, dusty window cast a feeble light upon the space, revealing its secrets. The light struggled to penetrate the grime, but it was enough to illuminate the room's hidden treasures. In the center, a heavy iron safe sat bolted to the floorboards. Its presence was commanding, a silent guardian of the past. It was imposing, ancient, and whispered of forgotten fortunes and buried secrets. The intricate designs on its surface hinted at the craftsmanship of a bygone era. Scattered around the safe were personal effects, a tarnished silver hairbrush, its bristles worn from years of use, a faded photograph of a young couple, their smiles frozen in time, capturing a moment of happiness that seemed almost out of place in the somber room. A child's wooden toy soldier, standing guard as if protecting the memories of a long-lost childhood. These weren't the belongings of strangers, Eleanor realized. Each item told a story, a fragment of a life once lived within these walls. They were remnants of a family, a history swallowed by the house. The room was a time capsule, preserving the essence of those who had once called this place home. Eleanor felt a connection, a sense of responsibility to uncover the stories hidden within the safe and the room itself. A sudden chill swept through the room, raising goosebumps on Eleanor's arms. The air grew heavy, oppressive, making it difficult to breathe. The hairs on the back of her neck prickled with a sensation of being watched, an unseen presence making itself known. She spun around, heart thudding in her chest, but found nothing. The room remained unchanged, yet the temperature had plummeted, and the oppressive atmosphere lingered. Was it merely the house settling, or something more? A floorboard creaked outside the hidden room. The sound was distinct, heavy, and undeniably human. Fear, cold and sharp, shot through Eleanor. Someone else was in the house. She froze, holding her breath, straining to listen. The footsteps came again, slow and deliberate, approaching the hidden chamber. Panic welled up inside her, threatening to choke her. There was nowhere to hide, no escape route. Diaries of Despair. Eleanor's gaze darted around the room, searching for an answer, a solution. Her eyes fell upon a wooden chest tucked beneath a rickety table. With trembling hands, she lifted the heavy lid, praying for a miracle. Inside, nestled amongst yellowed linens and moth-eaten garments, lay a stack of leather-bound diaries. The script was elegant, flowing, and dated back several decades. They belonged to the family in the photographs, she realized. Their words a portal into the past. A desperate plea. As the footsteps drew nearer, Eleanor snatched up the diaries, stuffing them into her satchel. Her mind raced, a whirlwind of fear and desperate curiosity. Who were these people? What secrets did their diaries hold? The doorknob rattled, the sound echoing through the silence like a death knell. Eleanor's heart pounded against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the impending intrusion. She retreated further into the shadows, clutching the diaries to her chest, praying for a miracle. The break-in. The door creaked open, revealing a shadowy figure silhouetted against the faint light from the hallway. Eleanor held her breath, her body rigid with terror. The intruder stepped inside, his features obscured by the darkness. He moved with an unnerving silence, his gaze sweeping the room. Eleanor shrank back further, her fingers digging into the leather covers of the diaries. She was trapped, alone, at the mercy of a stranger in a house full of whispers and shadows. A promise to uncover the truth. As the figure moved closer to her hiding spot, Eleanor knew she had to escape. She would return to this house, to its secrets and its mysteries, but she would not face them alone. Not tonight. Not like this. Slipping out of the hidden chamber, she made her way through the darkened house, her heart pounding a frantic tattoo against her ribs. She would uncover the truth hidden within these walls, she vowed. But first, she needed to get out alive.